In the quiet heart of France, surrounded by green fields and calm skies, there once stood a peaceful village called Oradour-sur-Glane. A small town where nothing ever seemed to happen. Children played by the river, families shared bread and laughter. It was the kind of place people forgot existed, until the day it disappeared. On June 10, 1944, just 4 days after the D-Day landings, a column of German soldiers arrived without warning. They were part of a Waffen-SS unit, young men hardened by years of war, trained to follow orders without question. No one in Oradour knew why they came. There had been no fighting nearby, no resistance activity. The villagers had nothing to fear. Or so they thought. The soldiers gathered everyone in the village square, 642 people, from newborns to grandparents. They announced it was just an identity check. People obeyed calmly. Some even smiled, trying to ease the tension. The men were separated from the women and children. It was only then that the villagers began to feel the unease in their stomachs, the kind that comes when you realize something is terribly wrong. The men were taken to barns and garages. Inside, the soldiers set up machine guns. Without a word, they opened fire. Dozens fell instantly, the rest trapped under the bodies of their friends and neighbors. Then the soldiers set the barns on fire. Meanwhile, in the church, over 400 women and children were locked inside. The soldiers threw in grenades and fuel. Flames consumed the building. Only one woman managed to escape. Her name was Marguerite Ruffenche. She jumped through a window, wounded but alive, and hid among the bushes until nightfall. When she returned at dawn, she found only silence. By the next morning, Oradour-sur-Glane no longer existed. Every building was burned, every life erased. It wasn't an act of war. It was an act of terror, a message to France: resist, and this will happen to you. After the war, Charles de Gaulle ordered that the ruins of Oradour remain untouched. No reconstruction, no restoration. Just silence. A frozen wound in the landscape, so that no one could ever forget what happened there. Today, visitors still walk through the remains: rusted cars, melted clocks, walls with bullet holes, a child's tricycle half buried in ash. Time stands still in Oradour. And yet the air feels heavy, as if the past is still there, watching, waiting to be remembered. Sometimes history doesn't fade, it just whispers. And Oradour's whisper is one of them. If stories like this move you, stories that remind us how fragile peace can be, subscribe. Because next week, another forgotten piece of history will resurface, waiting to be told.